When the Port Standing Task Team was inaugurated, it was primarily to install an efficient and transparent port system. 2 years down the line, the intervention of the task team has saved the nation a whopping 5.4 billion naira. Quite a huge sum, you will agree. We'll tell you how the team was able to recover this amount and its determination to sanitize the port corridors. The program you are watching is The Shipper, and it's brought to you by Nigerian Shippers Council. My name is Abike Ido. I'll be back shortly.
Nigerian Shippers Council, they to serve you well. No matter the problem, we go solve them for you.
Yes, so the Nigerian Shippers Council, they feel in a parole now for every level. And as soon as goods, they move from port A, go enter port B with a measure within on a needle. For the Nigerian Shippers Council, we don't sharp proper to fit hear you wella, work with you wella, and help you fit serve your customers them better, no matter where them day. As we country port economic regulator, the Nigerian Shippers Council get every now to fit make government consider the problem where shippers them they face. Visit we office for number 4 or to buy your daily show your daily. Papa, email us for nsc@shipperscouncil.gov.ng. We website now www.shipperscouncil.gov.ng.
For you, we dey gidigba,
Nigerian Shippers Council with a meeting now for the port of Nane.
Thanks for joining us on the program. And we begin by telling you that the PSTT, that's the Port Standing Task Team, continues to push itself to attain higher heights in the quest to tackle perpetrators of illegal activities within and around the port corridors. With renewed vigor, the PSTT is resuming its onslaught against these unpatriotic persons by adopting fresh strategies.
This type of task force is actually a good initiative, and it is really achieving the purpose for setting a task force. If we are to build on what has been achieved, more will be achieved in the year 2023, and going forward, that will be a very good improvement for the country and the ease of doing business generally in Nigeria.
So far, we can see that it is not where we were. On the part of the PSTT, they have done the best they could in the area of the traffic congestion, ease of doing business. They have been able to at least cover some miles. But the ones we are talking about, which goes a little bit beyond the jurisdiction of PSTT and falls under the duties of law enforcement agencies, the police and the customs, these are areas we are getting concerned and disturbed on a daily basis.
There is need for people to know that if the road is not free, that is issues of causing obstruction. You are not only causing it for yourself, but you cause it for others.
It is very clear that examinations at the port now has significantly improved. So we have more like a seamless examination procedures now, where there are no more challenges, obstacles from various agencies.
Adeshino Abiodun, who covered that meeting for the Shipper, compiled this report presented by Lucy Ulube.
For the longest time in recent history, the nation's seaports have not offered users the best environment to do business, thereby resulting in potential customers taking their businesses elsewhere at great cost to the Nigerian economy, shippers, and the generality of Nigerians. The nation contended with this unsavory turn of events in a sector that was once an essential component of the lifeblood of Nigeria's economy. This development was a source of worry to government and genuine businessmen. The move to turn things could no longer be delayed. The Port Standing Task Team was inaugurated in December 2021 to, among others, create a system that would make port operations transparent and efficient. In line with government's ease of doing business policy, the task team swung into action, generated evidence-based information on infractions, and activated a Standard Operating Procedures (SOP) and the Nigerian Port Process Manual, all of which changed the face of business at the ports almost immediately. The activities of the Port Standing Task Team saved the nation 5.4 billion naira, as disclosed by its national coordinator Moses Fadipe. He disclosed this at a meeting of the task team in Lagos.
So after the Presidential Port Standing Task Team was put in place by the federal government, this is the mandate that was given to the team. 1. To strictly carry out necessary corruption activities that will help dismantle corruption network, foiling the logjam within the port areas. And what do we mean by the port areas? We look at, apart from the port itself in Lagos, we look at the port logistics ring. And what is that logistics ring? That's what we have mentioned earlier in my speech, that covers from MPA Gate up to Ijora, go to Relay, go to Mile 2, come back to Sunrise Coconut, come back to Creek Road and the Port Gate. Now, those corridors, there should not be any impediment, whether roadblocks, whether excursion points or shanties. That will be dismantled. And again, we carry out regular operations in the ports to generate evidence-based infractions against the SOPs I mentioned earlier and the Nigerian Port Process Manual, and by extension, the use of new business policy of the federal government. And we carry out quick enforcement actions based on regular intelligence. When we started is to look at 5 major areas as our focus. Number 1 is arrival and departure of vessel. Number 2 is terminal operations. Number 3 is clearing of goods from customs. And number 4 is the treatment of persons, including the port as well. So our focus is to look at what obtains in the past in those areas. What can we do to those things? What improvement have we achieved? Where are we today? And why are we now calling this meeting to say, oh, we have to move forward to where we are, so that we don't move back to the old days. And that's why we're now talking about sustainability.
Fadipe explained that the over 85% of vessels that came through the nation's ports and terminals in 2021 left without any incident. He said there's been drastic reduction of extortion by both state and non-state actors. This, he stated, has led to freer human and vehicular movement around the port corridors. Moses Fadipe told the gathering that through the team's Operation Free the Port Corridor initiative, a lot has been achieved with increased revenue of a little above 1 trillion naira into the federal government treasury single account realized from fines.
The Federal Ministry of Transportation had, on the 14th of April, led an event at the headquarters of the Nigerian Shippers Council to flag off this exercise under review. And the mission is simply to remove all illegal checkpoints and shanties along the port corridor. This is with a view to eliminating traffic gridlocks and corrupt practices that have been impediments to ease of doing business. So the operation is primarily concerned with outbound routes, that is as at 2022, because we try to segment, we don't want to take too many things at a time, and that's why we are so much concerned about cargo that have been cleared in the ports to have a seamless movement outside the ports. The first phase covered MPA Gate to Ijora, which was adopted as our pilot phase. Having successfully removed all state and non-state actors that are stopping trucks for one form of operation or the other, thereby constituting encumbrance to the free flow of traffic on that route, the team moved to second phase that covered MPA Gate to Mile 2 and through Tinkan Island Port. So the tax team, corrective measures in its mode of operation more than punitive ones in the beginning. For this, even in incidents of violations of parking rules, the team's intervention was mainly to educate the offenders, who are mostly truck drivers and managers. However, as we review our operations, there was a resolution that the offenders should be subjected to the Federal Road Safety Corps protocols. And this led to arrest and necessary penalties, which accrue revenues to the federal government TSA covers.
All of these successes, he noted, were not without some hazards, such as assaults on members of the task team. Some stakeholders at the meeting decried the activities of touts, non-state and state actors along the port corridor.
We have had meeting with the Commissioner of Transport concerning what these boys are doing on the road. The PSTT, we went to the meeting. We brought it to their notice. So why I'm saying this, you said nobody is concerned about what is happening to you. We brought both within our jurisdiction and outside our jurisdiction before the Commissioner of Transport, Lagos State, that they should curb these atrocities. We even mentioned a high-profile Lagos State official that have boys collecting money for him. We were surprised that he got a bigger post. So what are we going to do? We can't do beyond where it is our jurisdiction.
We are having a challenge at the Coconut Abuja Axis. Those area boys giving us serious problem. They form all kind of checkpoints, whereby for no reason that you have to settle them. As a result of that, it causes great law around that axis almost every evening, which I want you to look into it. You've done very well with the team. Like my deputy president has said, we will give you credit to that and all members of the presidential task force.
As I was coming, I ran into a problem. I rode within Apapa Ijora for a very long time, and what I saw, the towns I saw on the road inbound, they were impossible. They were impossible. And the thing is, we are dealing with a hydra-headed problem. You don't know who is the cause of this problem. If you find the boys, because I didn't see the police, I didn't see them, they were supposed to be on the road. I didn't see anybody, but I saw the touts. At least I saw 20 in one spot or on one spot. And I was just nice to them before I could pass. If they're for the local government or they're for the police or they're for the Lagos State, whatever, you just don't even know. By the time you find and stitch one end, another end is loose. But I want to tell you that we are somewhere. Apapa was not like this when PSTT started. We are getting somewhere. It's not a one-day's job.
Mohammed Bala of the Association of Maritime Truck Drivers told the gathering that extortion checkpoints that were dismantled had returned to the port corridor.
Most of the extortion checkpoints PSCC has cleared so far, they have technically crossed into the inbound section of the port access route, and their activities is constituting a serious problem to trucking business. The truckers are profusely and economically bleeding from the activities of these extortion bandits on the impound section of the port access road.
Executive Secretary, National Association of Road Transport Owners, Aloga Ogogbo, said extortion now takes place at odd hours and urged the task team to operate round the clock.
Turnaround time for transporters, so to say, has increased, but there is a problem. We discovered that of recent, trucks have begun to stay longer than expected, and that we tie to maybe insufficient cargo handling equipment on the part of the terminal operators. So that's why when the clearing agent is due to clear the cargo it stays longer than expected. So sometimes I attribute this problem to maybe insufficient cargo handling equipment on the part of the terminal operators. Extortion also, to an extent, has reduced. But you notice most of this extortion at odd hours. At night, they'll just show up and then maybe snap you one and then go back. It's difficult for them at the daytime, which of course again is credit to the task force, but at odd hours, you see them coming up. I think the task team needs to, if they can extend their operations to, cover such odd hours.
Head of Legal Department, Independent Corrupt Practice Commission, Dennis Idoko, reacted to issues raised.
In this exercise, we are a part of it, ICPC from inception, and we are assuring everybody that whatever is within the powers of ICPC to see that this exercise gets to its highest point of achieving the objective, we will do that. So apart from this, the normal routine exercise of this project, whenever anybody amongst the stakeholder and the collaborators here sees anything wrong, apart from reporting to people who are driving this project, one can write to ICPC or so go to the website, the email, and report. Either we come for investigation or we come for system review, so that this myriad of complaints, they can be taken care of gradually.
The coordinator assured of the team's determination to sustain the good job while announcing stiffer penalties for anyone found touting along the port corridor. He said from the 3rd of April this year, complaints from stakeholders will be addressed in less than 30 days. Some participants commended Nigerian Shippers Council and the Port Standing Task Team for a job well done.
Before in the terminal, you can do examination of container almost about 2 to 3 times. NAFDAC will say it's not satisfied, go and reposition. SSS will say go and position. I'm not satisfied. But under your watch, it's only one time. Once you do examination, nobody call for flopping of examination again. Thank you so much. And before the sample, the test sample from our containers, we charge importer maybe 2 million. The importer will say, okay, I'll give you 1 million. If you deliver my container, if any sample is missing, I will give you the balance of 1 million. So by the time you deliver your container to the importer will say 5 cartons is missing. So I'm going to deduct 500,000 naira. But under your watch, it's no more. They don't take sample from our container again. Thank you so much. You have done very, very well. And we are going to support you. We continue to support you because I have to commend you, commend the security agents, the police, the road safety, the SSS, ICPC, and other government agencies, the customs. We are happy. Before the airport, you will stop our container, start threatening you, causing traffic. But under your watch, it's no more happening again. We are very, very, very happy with you. Thank you so much, Mr. Fadife and other security agencies. Thank you, support you, continue to support you. God bless you.
It's not easy for us to take delivery of consignment from the ports, but with the help of this task force committee, it's not easy that you can actually take delivery. In the next 30 or 1 hour, your goods are out of the port.
Operation Free the Port Corridor is an action plan put in place by the federal government agencies and private stakeholders supported by the Federal Ministry of Transportation to rid the port corridor of corrupt practices.
The task before the Port Standing Task Team is indeed an uphill assignment, given how varied the issues and the personalities are. Kudos to the team and please accept our best wishes on the job. Time now to join Oluwasegun Aluko for more trending maritime stories.
The Zonal Coordinator of Onitsha Area Office, Nigerian Shippers Council, NSC, Mrs. Ejiaku Ego, and members of the Anambra State Shippers Association recently visited the terminal operator of Onitsha River Port, Universal Enlargement Construction Limited. During the visit, the terminal manager, Mr. Wenes DeWitt, highlighted effort by the terminal to ensure patronage from the Anambra shipping community, while zonal coordinator, Mrs. Ijeaku Ego, spoke on NS's role as a port economic regulator and thanked Mr. Wenes DeWitt for his efforts in ensuring that the Onitsha River Port functions optimally. A one-day enlightenment seminar on maritime fraud and its effect on international trade transactions was recently held by the Nigerian Shippers Council Southeast Zonal Coordinating Office, ABA. The seminar was aimed at educating stakeholders on ways to prevent fraudulent maritime trade transactions while conducting business both nationally and internationally. Amongst the recommendations made by stakeholders, they called for the revitalization of other ports, particularly the Eastern Port, to encourage competition and reduce congestions in Lagos ports. They also proposed the construction of a railway system connecting ports to commercial hubs. Additionally, stakeholders were advised to follow regulations to prevent unethical behavior that could result in the loss of their cargo. We continue to urge stakeholders in the maritime industry to visit our website, www.shipperscouncil.gov.ng, for further details about the services we offer. Furthermore, people can lodge complaints using the PSSP portal, which can be accessed at www.pssp.ng. Next, we have an update on our weekly complaint register. We received 6 complaints in the week of 26th March to 1st April 2023, and they are currently under investigation. The issues reported include outstanding sum, abandonment of cargoes, detention, arbitrary charges, and lien on container. Now, shifting our focus to international maritime news. Damen Shipyards in Netherlands has secured a contract from offshore wind services provider Poros Wind for the construction and delivery of 8 low-emission vessels consisting of 4 Damen Fast Cruise Supplier FCS 2710 hybrid and 3 Damen FCS 3210 hybrid crew transfer vessels and 1 90-meter construction service operation vessel. The new vessels will support Poros Wind's objective of providing low-carbon offshore wind support vessels to meet the needs of the clean energy industry. The vessels are expected to be delivered between 2024 and early 2027. In Norway, Austin Design and Solutions state-of-the-art trawler design has won the Innovation Award 2022 for its fuel-efficient propulsion system and revolutionary solution for taking fish on board. The hybrid propulsion system, combining batteries with diesel-electric and diesel-mechanical propulsion, is expected to reduce fuel consumption and emissions by at least 25% compared to modern trawlers. The vessel's new trawl handling system, a part of the Eco 5 solution, leads the fish into a water-feed catch reception in the vessel below the waterline, reducing physical stress on the catch. And that's it on Tidbits for this week.
The Nigerian Shippers Council is now better poised with responsive systems in place to help you and other shippers get seamless, stress-free transition for your clients' goods from point A to B. Today at the Nigerian Shippers Council, timeliness, orderliness, transparency and efficiency is all we care about. Put your complaint through to our helpline. Visit us at number 4 Ayodele Shoyode Lane, Apapa, Lagos, or reach us on www.shipperscouncil.gov.ng.
Nigerian Shippers Council, we meet you at the point of your need.
Nigerian Shippers Council, we meet you at the port of your needs.
And that's the size of our package this week. But before I leave, remember that as a regulated service provider, it is compulsory to register with Nigerian Shippers Council. Join us again next week for another fresh edition of your favorite maritime program on television. Thank you and have a great week ahead. Goodbye.